is public type of a blockchain is for everyone, for every people to access it, to make transactions, to view it, everything. Like everything is public. Anyone can join the network. Anyone can do anything. But whereas private is only to limited set of authorized users to do some set of actions. Like if I can say, for example, let us consider university. So within the university, so specific departments will have specific set of functions. And now, for example, if we wanted to get the certifications, like maybe marks or the credentials or like co-curricular activities or maybe semester results, etc., to be issued on a blockchain based application. Now in that case, anyone cannot go and issue a certificate to someone, right? So there are some set of authorized people who has to do that set of functions. So for those kind of use cases, for those kind of situations, people generally use private or permission blockchains, where specific people, limited number of users are authorized to join the network, and they can act, basically they can do their set of actions. Like not everyone can do every set of action. And then whereas public like us can view it at no cost. Without any access or without joining the network, I can access the information publicly. Let's say, for example, from JNT Vijayanagaram, last year they have issued uh, their graduation certificates using this blockchain. And now, so they have gone to overseas for an MS. Now, in order to access the information, they can go to the portal and they can check the credentials. Okay, so it has been officially verified. So and so marks, so and so grade, and also they have qualified, etc. We can reduce a lot of paperwork, and also like it is trustworthy. So coming back to this, so here the public blockchain is a no centralized authority kind of a blockchain, whereas private is like a centrally authorized, and basically as I said, like so set of people will have set of actions, and there can be an administrative kind of an activity where so like someone with superior power, they can basically onboard the people to the network, they can join the network, they can make them exit the network, etc. And now how blockchain is useful: storing digital records, exchanging digital assets, executing smart contracts, etc. Like so coming to the storing digital records, here you can see unprecedented control of information through auditable, secure, immutable set of actions. Okay. So before I go to that, just second, give me a second.
Sharat?
One. Yeah, yeah, 1 second. Yeah. So let me go back a step back. Let me take a step back. So like going back. So these are the different unique features of a blockchain. Like one is no single point of value. As I said, like all the nodes are connected in the form of a network, and every node in the network will have every set of information, like all the whole transactions, everything is broadcasted to every computer. Even in case couple of computers are down in the network, information can be retrieved, transactions can be happened through the through the other computers or the through the other nodes in the network. So that is how we can achieve no single point of value. And then blockchain is a distributed ledger technology. As I said, all the transactions will be distributed to all the nodes and now decentralized. So decision making, everything is based on the voting rights within the network. So that is how decentralization is achieved. And now immutability. Once a transaction is made in is broadcasted in blockchain, it can never be rolled back. It can never be retrieved. Like you may say that, okay, so today I have made some transaction, like maybe like today I have updated my address in one of the use case in the blockchain, and now tomorrow my address was changed. How do I get it retrieved, updated there? Now, like, so here in blockchain, everything is added, like it is kind of an append only ledger. So in once the information returned to the blockchain can never be altered, whereas we can write another set of information on top of it referring to the old one, saying that the old one is no longer valid and the new one is valid from now. Like how a bank ledger, like how our bank account statement looks like. And now, as I said, like it is tamper proof and hacker proof, because it, if someone tries to manipulate a transaction within the chain in some particular block, then all the transactions following that particular block will get will get affected, and it can be easily identified by the other nodes, and it can flag that, okay, so something has happened and this particular node is behaving weird, and that node will be kept out of the network. Okay. Now, I'll show you, like, yeah. So these are the differences between the traditional applications versus blockchain data applications. And now when you consider any kind of a traditional database system, so we generally have the standard CRUD operations: create, read, update, delete. But whereas in blockchain, it is allowed to create and read, but update and delete are not possible directly. Like in the database, we cannot overwrite the data and update. I mean, in the blockchain database, it can be appended as a next set of data and that can be retrieved accordingly. Okay. So like that is how we can achieve this immutable record of transactions. And now, like users can issue different assets. Like when I say asset, it can be a certificate or it can be an information, whatever it is, in a digital format. So, and that particular ownership can be transferred real time without any intermediaries. And now executing a smart contract. Basically, smart contract is a self-governing set of conditions which is automated and it can execute based on the condition met. And now, like as I said, like there are different types of blockchains, public and private. And now within each of these type of blockchain, there are tens of platforms available, like tens of blockchains available. So for example, in public blockchain space, there is most popular blockchain called Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, and many more. In case of a private blockchain, the most popular and the widely used one is Hyperledger Fabric. And now you can ask me. You can ask me saying that okay. So when in case of public blockchain, when the data is being appended and continuously growing, after some extent, it will be very much difficult for people to handle it, right? If we have maybe like 100 million transactions, so somehow we can retrieve it. But if we have 100,000 million transactions, then obviously it will be difficult for any computer or for any machine to retrieve it or to basically like handle such a systems, right? So yes, there are limitations of public blockchain, and the transactions being mined etc are not real time. It can be near real time. And now going to maybe like another set of classifications, like as I said, like okay. Mhm. So you all have heard about Bitcoin, right? Like the very first blockchain platform, which has made everyone saying that okay, so blockchain can be a revolutionary technology, some kind of a thing. So basically, Bitcoin tries the problem of only digital currency, and now so that is called as the first generation of blockchain. And now after Bitcoin, so there is another platform came into existence called Ethereum, so which is the most widely used and the popular public blockchain platform. And now, so if Bitcoin is already in place, and if Bitcoin is already such a massive success, then why Ethereum came into existence, and what kind of a problem does Ethereum solve? The answer is Bitcoin tries to solve only the digital currency, as I mentioned. And now Ethereum tries to solve the problem of transparency. Like let's say like in Ethereum, so there is a platform native currency called Ether. So Ether is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. And now Ethereum allows people like us to develop different kind of an applications and deploy them over the blockchain platform so that that particular application can be made decentralized. Am I clear? Like in the first case, it is only digital currency, but in the second case, it is everything. Let's say like um, uh, university wanted to record the alumni information, and now if they wanted to record the alumni information in a web-based like traditional application, so there can be a chances of manipulation, or there can be like so there can be some kind of a trust factors and all involved. And now if you create a simple decentralized application whereas to record this information and put it in blockchain, then there is no kind of an alter, right? This can be like this kind of a use case can be implemented and achieved using blockchain platforms like Ethereum blockchain platforms. And now, as I said, like the limitations of a blockchain. So Ethereum is always a growing ledger, and the transactions being populated, being added, it is like append only growing. And now, in order to solve this, so there is another set of platforms came into existence that is called layer 2. And now Ethereum, Hyperledger, all these blockchain platforms, we call it as layer 1 blockchain platforms. So that is the that is the core main consensus, etc. Right? And now on top of layer 1 blockchain, so there are set of layer 2 blockchains being built. And that layer 2 blockchains are trying to solve the problem, are trying to basically override the limitations of layer 1 approach. Like a simple example of layer 1 and layer 2 is, so if you can consider the cloud service providers, AWS is providing us the cloud services, Amazon Web Services, right? And if you consider NIC, like the government entity, so NIC is also providing the cloud services. But whereas NIC may or may not own the physical servers like AWS, NIC can take a corporate lease or subscription from an AWS, and they can further split it and give it to users like different departments. So in this case, NIC can be a layer 2 cloud platform, whereas AWS can be a layer 1 cloud platform. And coming back to layer 2 blockchain, the most popular and the most successful platform is Polygon platform. And like, so we all have to be proud that it is an Indian company which is ruling the world in layer 2 blockchain platform. Nowadays, like, so whatever the use case you see, it is being implemented and incorporated in the Polygon blockchain platform. There are like various popular companies starting from Mercedes, etc., which have been using Polygon. Give me a minute. Adobe has been using Polygon blockchain platform for their artists, whereas National Football League, Liverpool, like these kind of franchises also started using Polygon platform for different set of use cases. Starbucks is using Polygon, Adidas is using Polygon, Walt Disney is using Polygon, Walt Disney is using for Metaverse, and coming to our own examples like Yashoda Hospitals, they have started using Metaverse for Polygon implementation, and Stripe Payment Gateway is using Meta's Facebook is using Polygon for different use cases. So Polygon has become quite popular. And now, like as I said, like, so these are like different platforms have been like in blockchain space. Now let me take a technology stack of these platforms. Yeah. So here you can see Ethereum blockchain uses Solidity programming language to write the smart contracts. Ethereum is a layer 1 blockchain, as I said, and now Polygon is a layer 2 blockchain which is built on top of Ethereum. So obviously Polygon also uses Solidity programming language. So we can use Solidity to code smart contracts on Polygon as well as Ethereum. And now Hyperledger Fabric. We can write in any of these like Go programming, JavaScript or Java. And Hyperledger is like a kind of an umbrella framework. So within Hyperledger, you can you find multiple platforms for different purposes. And other than Hyperledger Fabric, so there is Hyperledger Sawtooth, there is Hyperledger Indy, like each has their specific purposes. So Hyperledger Indy is for identity management on blockchain. Something like you can say like a blockchain version of an Aadhaar, you can say. And there is another popular platform called R3 Coda in the financial sector. So for R3 Coda, smart contract can be written in Kotlin. So basically Kotlin is a programming language used to write Android applications, Android mobile applications. And there are like quite a few popular EOS, Neo, and there are like many more coming in these days. There are like hundreds of blockchain platforms in India as well. So like maybe like few minutes after this, like so we will basically like try to install and understand like what is a blockchain, like what is a wallet, how does that interact with the blockchain and all. Okay. And now like tokens, like everyone might be hearing about the tokens a lot. So Bitcoin is a token, like Ethereum. And now tokens can be classified into two different types, like fungible and non-fungible tokens. Fungible tokens are kind of an interchangeable. Like for example, 2 1 rupee currency can be interchangeable, right? So both have equal size, shape, value, everything is same. But whereas two 10 rupee notes cannot be same. Agree with me? The reason is there is an identification mark on each of the 10 rupee note. So that makes them unique from the other one. So those can be called as a non-fungible, whereas the other ones can be called as a fungible tokens. So this makes it unique and make it non-fungible. And coming to Ethereum kind of a standard, like we have different standards for different tokens in Ethereum platform. So for fungible, there is a most popular and widely used standard called ERC20. For non-fungible, ERC 721 and 1155. And now, next step. So, what are NFTs? Basically, NFTs are, as I said, like non-fungible tokens which can prove the authenticity and ownership. Like for example, if you can see, if you can basically deploy uh, marks list like graduation details on the blockchain, then my particular certificate, my particular PC or CMM, whatever we call, so will represent my ownership, and that is basically an authentic information posted by the university. That is like maybe one of the we can say like most popular and the common use case of an NFT. The main characteristics we can say it is unique, exchangeable in the sense like it can be traded. It can I mean like it is not like the marks list can be traded. It is like so maybe for example from an artist perspective, let's say there is an image like there is a drawing which has been drawn, so that particular drawing can be traded like maybe a Picasso art you can say. So Picasso art can be traded in the real world, right? So in the non-blockchain world, the same the digitized version can be represented here and that can be traded and that can be exchanged as an NFT, kind of a digital asset. Okay. Maybe now we can take like 5 minute break and after that we will get into blockchain wallets and all. So we will install that blockchain in one of the computers and we will show you like how this can be integrated or it is like basically interacting with the blockchain and getting the information, retrieving it back and all. Okay.
Okay, Charan. Can start. Madam.
Hi, sorry, I'm back. So how many of you have how many of you have interacted or used a blockchain application earlier? Let me show you something like so. In case of a Web2 application, in case of a normal traditional application, how we generally log into any kind of a internet based application. Let's say like if I have to log into my Facebook. How do I do it? I give them my basic information like my user ID followed by my password, right? So the password which I input to this particular application, so they will validate with the already stored hash of the password within their application. And once it is matched, then they will allow me to get into the application, right? This is how we generally log into any web-based application. But whereas if you wanted to log in to a Web3 application like blockchain based application, then the login mechanism itself will be different. Let's say like one of the popular blockchain platform called OpenSea. Now, if I have to log into this particular blockchain, it is saying connect your wallet. And now, what is wallet? Going back to the Web2 scenario, here in case of Facebook, my email ID or my phone number or the user ID is the unique identification of me within that particular application, within that particular ecosystem, right? And now, in case of a blockchain, public address is my unique identity. I hope everyone knows like what is public and what is private, etc. Right? Public key, private key, etc. I'm not getting into that details. So basically, so here in case of a blockchain application, every user will be provided or generated with a public-private mapping, and my private key will be with me like a password, and I'll have a public key which is allowed to share to anyone, so who can identify me as a particular user in that particular application. And now if it is a password, I can remember, okay, some test 1234 or whatever the password I put it. But whereas in case of a private key, it is an alphanumerical number and it is so long and you cannot be able to remember it, etc. And not only that, now in order to interact to a particular blockchain platform, so we need a way where we provide our private key to the blockchain platform, and that blockchain platform will validate that private key and then allow us to get into the blockchain. Now here in this case, I'm trying to connect using MetaMask. MetaMask is the most popular and widely used wallet in the Ethereum blockchain space, Ethereum and Polygon. And now it is asking me for a password. Again, this is just the MetaMask password, not the wallet password. I'm accepting and doing a signature. Like whatever the action you do, you have to do a transaction. So it is asking me to switch network, saying no. Now as I have already set up the MetaMask and all, here you can see all these terms, like all this coming in. Now let us do it from scratch, like let us do from the MetaMask installation itself. Jyoti madam, can you share your screen and we will do this MetaMask setup and installation in your computer?
Sure, Charan. Is this screen okay?
Yes. You can just Google MetaMask extension. MASK.
Okay.
META MASK.
MATA,
MA.
MetaMask.
Yeah.
Hmm. MetaMask.
Yes. First one. So here you can see this MetaMask as an Google Chrome extension in this particular browser. You can click on Add to Chrome.
Add extension.
Yeah, add extension. Yeah, it is download.
Charan,
Yes, ma'am.
can I restart MetaMask?
Restart. Yes, yes. Yeah. Restart. It's some internet issue. Remove from Chrome.
Remove.
Yeah, yeah. Remove and let us redo it.
Again, add to Chrome.
Yes. Okay, now it has been installed. You can scroll down. You can scroll down.
Okay, Charan.
Yeah, you
I
can
agree to
scroll.
MetaMask
Yeah.
terms.
Yeah. You can check box that.
Create a new wallet or import an existing wallet.
Create. Let us create a new wallet.
Can I click on I agree button?
Create button. Yeah. I think there is some latency.
Now create a new wallet, right?
Yeah, create a new wallet. You can give a password which is for to unlock this particular MetaMask account. The reason why to lock this particular MetaMask is, let's say you are using a shared computer, and so there might be some other person coming and accessing the same computer, and if there is no password to this particular MetaMask, then they can kind of misuse your wallet and they can do transactions on your wallet, right? So to
Yes.
protect that, we will put a password here. You can watch that video, or you can simply secure my wallet. Yeah, you can click on the tie symbol.
Okay.
Again, this has to be done private, but as this is demo, so we are doing it here. Yeah. Click that. Hello.
I have clicked, but nothing will open.
No, are you able to see the text there? Okay, click on
No.
reveal secret. Yeah, click on the button there. Reveal refresh. Yeah. Now, madam, take a screenshot of this, which is used in the next step. Actually, it is kind of a robo check kind of thing. In the next step, they will ask you which is missing, something like that. Just take a screenshot, take a photo in your mobile or somewhere, and then click on next phase.
Okay.
You can click on next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we have to fill that. In the previous one, in the previous step, third box, it is method. You can write method in third one.
Okay.
It's basically like human check.
Method.
Yeah. Four.
Rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit.
Eighth one is RRE.
Yeah, rare.
Then
Confirm.
confirm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Next.
Done.
So now our installation is completed. You can skip this, madam.
Okay. Okay.
You scroll it somewhere, you can see that cursor button. I mean, close button. Yeah.
There is a try
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, you can click that. No problem. Now, yeah, no thanks. Now, in the browser, on the top right, you can see some settings symbol, right? Next to the logo, second one. Yes,
Mhm.
like second one from logo, right side.
Right second from logo.
Yeah, click that one. So now next to
MetaMask.
MetaMask, there is a pin icon, right? So you click on that pin.
Then
Yeah. Now you can see the MetaMask logo added there. It is pinned. This extension is pinned in the browser now. Okay.
okay.
Now you can close this tab, MetaMask tab. You can open some website or something like just to like okay. Now click on that MetaMask icon. Yeah, you can open college website.
Okay.
MetaMask logo. Are you getting pop-up like earlier?
Just now.
Yeah. Got it. Click on got it. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Got it.
yeah. You can unshare. You can unshare. I'll share my screen from here.
Okay.
Because like we have already installed it now. So now the MetaMask is set up. So here you can see these are the different accounts which I have. So some I have imported and some I have created, etc. And here we can see different networks. So here it is Ethereum mainnet means Ethereum blockchain. Like this MetaMask wallet, this MetaMask is allowing us to connect to Ethereum main network. Mumbai testnet is from Polygon. Mumbai testnet is a Polygon test network. It is basically kind of a to explore the blockchain platform. Like before we going to the production, we generally do dev test UAT kind of implementations, right? So similar to that. And this is Polygon mainnet. So currently we are on Polygon Mumbai testnet. Now here you can see account 2. Like so basically like this is one of the account. I can rename this account. I can rename this. Let's say I'm saying test 2. And this QR code represents my public address, which I can share it to someone to whom I wanted to receive the tokens and all. And using this, I can export my private key, etc. Test 2, right? And now, madam, if you can see it in your wallet, you can see zero balance here. Let me create a new account and show. Now
Okay,
I have
Charan.
created, now I have created a new wallet. So here you can see 0 as my balance. Now I copy this address. And you can see it on Polyscan. It is like basically a blockchain explorer. So I'm opening the blockchain explorer for this particular Mumbai test network, which I have connected. So here you can see Mumbai test network. So my balance is 0. Matic is the native currency or the platform native currency of this particular blockchain called Polygon blockchain. I have 0 balance. You can see now. And now if I have to get the balance, so as this is the test network, we have a facility of faucet. Faucet is like basically like generating the dummy token balance for us. Going to some random faucet. And I'm giving my address as input here so that I can receive tokens for testing. I have given Mumbai. Submitted. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, now you can see I have got 0.2 Matic, 0.2 token balance I have got. Now let me transfer these tokens to your account, madam. Madam, are you able to see Mumbai testnet here in your MetaMask?
Yes, Charan. It
Mumbai
is
testnet
visible.
is there. Mumbai.
Yes, yes.
No. In your account.
In my okay.
Maybe
Let
can
me
you
check.
share? Yeah, I think by default it will not be there. Let us add it.
Uh-huh.
Can you share
Okay.
your screen?
ఓకే ఏంటన్నా కృష్ణప్రసాద్ కృష్ణప్రసాద్ మరి వచ్చిందా
Charan, I will share this one. Is it okay?
Yes, madam. I'm able to see screen. Click on that MetaMask.
Hmm. Is it visible?
Yes. So click on the 3 dots.
Okay.
పంపండి
Connect.
Okay. So left side there is a drop down, right? Next to account one, left side there is a drop down. Click on
Yes,
that.
yes. Ethereum mainnet.
Yeah. Click on that. No, not this one. Next to account one. Yeah. So now click on add network.
Alright.
Yeah.
Click on
Add network.
there is
Left side drop down. First one.
okay.
Okay, no problem. Maybe let me create another account in mine and show.
Hmm.
You have added, fine. Yeah. Come down. Scroll, madam. Scroll. Last,
Okay.
add custom network or something will be there. Yeah, add a network manually.
Okay.
Yeah. So add a network manually. Can you click on that? Yes. Network name you can put Mumbai.
Okay.
And RPC URL HTTPS colon. Can you allow this chat option for me so that I can paste URL?
Charan, once.
Yeah, HTTPS double backslash RPC hyphen Mumbai dot Mumbai dot Matic MATIC BIGIL
What is it?
V for Vijayawada
VI
GIL .com GIL yeah
GIL.
GIL yes correct only.
Okay.
Chain ID 80001. Again, all this information we can get it public online. Chain ID 80001. Currency symbol capital MATIC. That last one optional you can ignore. So now basically we are kind of trying to connect our MetaMask to our own custom network. So this network is like Mumbai test network we are connecting. Okay. So while we are connecting to Mumbai test network, all these are like the standard public information. So anyone can join this particular public blockchain. Whoever has these details, you can save.
Network added successfully.
Yeah. Got it.
Now
switch to Mumbai.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am. Now, do we have this chat option in the Teams? Can you enable that?
1 second. So already chat option is enabled, ma'am.
Can you ping some hi or some message? I'm unable to see it.
Okay. I will. Is it visible?
Oh, just ping hi in this meeting chat.
I already sent that message.
I'm not able to see.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second. I will change settings. 1 second. Option. Settings.
Okay, ma'am, no problem. You can give me a screen share. I make a transaction and show how does it work.
Okay.
So I have copied this address. Let me send some tokens to this address. So earlier account we have Only 0.2 matic, right? Now sending another 0.15. So here you can see this gas, max fee, etc. So I'll get into that. You can see transaction is pending. Yeah. Now now you can see, like, I have copied the transaction hash and pasted here in the public blockchain explorer. Here you can see the transaction is success, and this is the block number in which this particular transaction is mined, and we have got 10 confirmations, and the timestamp is 30 seconds ago. This is the wallet address from which I have transferred. You can compare and see. So here you can see 4111 ending with 4111. So from this account I have transferred, and to which account I have transferred? Test 5th July, right? So here you can see this address ending with 32AE, 32AE. So from this address to this address, 0.15 Matic has been transferred. And now here, what is the transaction fee and what is the gas? Basically, gas price is something which we need to give it to the miners in order to validate a particular transaction in the blockchain. Now, what does that miners do? What does that mean used? I mean, like, other than this gas price, so the difference from the transaction fee, how does that is being used? Now, when we discussed this, how these blocks are formed, how this particular mining happened, etc. So whoever mines that particular block first, they will get block reward. I have mentioned, right? So this transaction fee, like this amount being paid by the users, is used to pay the mining reward, as well as it increases the supply of the tokens. Okay. Now let us connect to OpenSea or something and make a transaction using the testnet only. I'm giving the required permissions. Now you can see it is connected to this particular portal. So here you can see the signature request. I'm signing the transaction using my private key. And now here you can see my account is being set up here. This is my address and I have these balances. Like anyway, this is the main net as I mentioned. So obviously I'll have zero crypto. Here you can see like the different NFTs which they have posted and all. Let me try to mint. Let me mint an NFT and show like how it happens in the blockchain. I'm taking this logo. If we want any properties and all, we can add it here. Like whatever, any kind of properties we can add, which will be stored in the metadata only. And now I'm giving it only one token. Let me, like if I have to mint it, if I have to upload this in the Ethereum blockchain, then I have to pay the gas. But whereas in case of a Polygon, it is gas free. So I'm using it Polygon. Okay, now I have created it. Now I have to list this per share. I want to put it in market. Take it 0.2. And how long I wanted to list it in the blockchain, it is asking. I am putting it custom. And I'm putting it today. For next 10 minutes. It is saying minimum 15 minutes. After this OpenSea fees, we'll be getting this much. So now our particular NFT has been listed. It says the sale ends in. Now in this, there are couple of steps in which we have interacted with the blockchain. Basically, like we have authorized the transactions. Like in case of Facebook, as I said, logging in with username and password. Here we have logged in with wallet, and whenever you see a pop-up from the MetaMask, it is like you are making a transaction and you are authorizing a transaction. And now, like, how does this interact? How does this work? Let's say for any kind of a web-based application, like Web2 application, this application will be hosted somewhere and it is being called through application program interface. We generally call it as APIs from the front end mobile app or the web app, and that will go to the database and it will fetch information, it will write information and all, right? And now here in this case, now if we don't have chance or if we don't know how to run and maintain a network, etc., and how to do this and to avoid all this setup and all, so there is something called an online compiler where we can write the smart contracts and we can post the code there and we can interact from this account. That is called Remix Editor.
ఆలోచిస్తుంటే ఇది కూడా తెలియదు బయటికి కొన్ని స్టూడెంట్స్ వెళ్ళిపోతే బయట కూడా కలుస్తుంది అన్నట్టు అడుగుతారు మనిషి పెట్టాలి కదా ప్రాజెక్ట్ మనిషి పెట్టడంలో పెట్టడం అడిగితే ఎలా
This online IDE provides us a way where we can write our smart contracts, test scripts, etc., everything, and interact to the required blockchain, compile the contract, deploy the contract, and make it happen, everything. Let me create a workspace for us. It 5th July demo. It already has a basic contract, but does not use it. Okay, no problem. We can use the same one. So it is basically like there is a simple smart contract to store the number and retrieve the number. Okay. Now here in this section, compile section, let me compile the contract. Okay, it is auto compiled and green, everything is success. Now the deployment section. So here you can see the environment. Like there we have seen the MetaMask. For the MetaMask we have seen Polygon, testnet, mainnet, etc. Everything, right? So all these networks we can connect from here. And now as we are just testing it and giving it the random premix one. But here you can see the account fetched from here. So we forget, let us put it to the test network. Otherwise, we are going to consume the main tokens. It is connected now. And this address has to be fetched here. And deploying it. Here you can see the transaction is deployed, and here you can see the deployed contract address. And now let us interact to this particular blockchain. Like generally, we'll build the front end application using HTML, Angular, and all, right? So before we do that, in order to do this unit testing, so here I'm putting it 100. I'm adding this contract to store the now the transaction is. Now we can see that particular transaction is submitted and it is done. When I click retrieve, it will give me this 100. Okay. Okay. Now for next couple of minutes, I wanted to interact how it is so far. Are you able to understand and all? We can utilize next 30 minutes for maybe like discussing couple of potential use case where blockchain can be an implementation in your area of field. Like for example, in case of library management or like case of academia or whatever. Anyone wanted to discuss specific use case, etc.?
పేమెంట్ పెట్టి చూసి దగ్గర ఈ పోలేదు మళ్ళీ తర్వాత నడుచుకుంటూ చూసాను టీ పొడి ఇదంతా ఇచ్చారండి
అదంతా మొత్తం
అవును అర్థమైంది
అలా చూసుకోవట్లేదు.
నాకు దిమ్మింది అర్థం మామూలు
మీరు బయట ఒక చూసుకోవాలి కదా అవన్నీ
మాకే అంత తగ్గట్టు పేరు కావచ్చు బాగోదు
అది కదా ఇంజనీరింగ్ చదవాలని చూడాలి. ప్లస్ క్యాంపస్ ఆఫ్ బిజినెస్ అన్నది వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
అవును
అది క్యాంపస్
అందుకని
ఎవరి సీట్లో వాళ్ళు కూర్చుంటే అయిపోతుంది కదా.
అది కదా
Okay, let us go into some use case discussions.
ఇప్పుడు కట్టు
ఏం ప్రిపేర్ వస్తుంది అది కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్
Let me tell you a couple of use cases where blockchain can be implemented with respect to academia. Blockchain technology can be applied to various use cases within university. First can be credential verification, academic research, student record and transcript management, intellectual property rights, IP rights kind of a thing to manage the patents, copyrights, etc. And then supply management, alumni engagement and donations, funding, etc. Voting systems and research funding, etc. In any of these cases, I hope blockchain can be a good fit. And also we can implement something like a kind of a maybe like a reward and redemption mechanism, which I have been discussing with Jason madam earlier. So to implement it across the university so that the same token can be distributed like as part of a appreciation, and that can be redeemed against some kind of a gift or something, etc. And if you get into these use cases in detail, smart contract for research funding, it can streamline and automate the process of allocating and distributing funds to research projects within the university, within the campus. It can be as a sequential steps like funding allocation, where like we can define the smart contracts in the criteria and we can put the rules in order to set this funding allocation, which can include project topic, research area, funding amount, eligibility criteria, and any specific requirement, followed by proposal submission and evaluation. Like once the project is set, like once the funding allocation and all is set to specific project and all, then we can start accepting different proposals and then evaluate. Researchers can submit their project proposals to this smart contract system. This can timestamp and store each and every such proposal in the blockchain, ensuring immutability and integrity of this particular submission. And then automated evaluation and selection. Like when we have written the smart contract, we will define the preset of rules and conditions, criteria, etc. Right? So based on which the proposal submitted can be automatically evaluated and the selection can happen as per the score, etc. they achieve. And then disbursement of funds. This also will be automated. So whoever receives this criteria, whoever approaches, pass this criteria, etc. So they will be allocated the funds automatically, and that can be dispersed to the smart contract directly. And then transparency and accountability. Usage of this blockchain technology will ensure accountability in the research funding processes. All transactions and fund disbursements will be recorded on the blockchain, creating immutable audit trail, etc., which can be basically reviewed by the following management team, vice chancellors, etc., so that everything is transparent and is auditable. And then monitoring and reporting. So smart contracts can facilitate real-time monitoring of these research projects and their milestones, etc., where researchers can provide updates on their progress and validate the transactions, etc. And automation and efficiency. Smart contracts can automate various aspects of this whole process and is more efficient and avoid human error. Like everything is transparent and like there is no kind of a manipulation or malpractice, updating the records from the backend, etc. Nothing can happen. Everything will be taken care by the blockchain system. Okay. Another one famous use case, popular use case can be like implementing the voting systems within the university. And in that context, it can be implemented as like transparent and immutable voting. It provides each and everyone to cast their vote against the proposal made, etc., with an enhanced security where the data or the information cannot be tampered. And all the voting is anonymous and pseudo-anonymous, as they will be voting in the system through this wallets, etc. There is no personal identity revealed in this entire process, and everything is decentralized and it is verified decentralized. It is verified as per this decentralization protocol, etc., and nothing can be manipulated. And as it is common that it is a tamper-proof audit trail, it provides increased accessibility and again efficiency in the counting, broadcasting the results, etc. auditing,